What's up, guys? Today I had Sebastian on the podcast. It was an amazing podcast. We went deep into IG automation, into Instagram theme pages, went deep into how to grow and how to make money. Sebastian shared so many deep insights, and you never find this information for free online. So tune in and enjoy. Welcome. Glad to have you here, Sebastian. Um, we've known each other for a long time, and
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, you're an amazing guy. You have a huge Instagram page called upskills.ro. You're from Romania. You started very young. You had a lot of success, and you dabbled in different business models. In general, you're an interesting person because at a young age you achieved a lot. If you just look at the society, you're probably like in the top 1% of young people, right? So just, introduce yourself, tell a bit about yourself and where you're from, how old are you, and just what do you do?
Yeah, sure. Uh, Thank you. I'm glad to be here. So pretty much everything you said already. I'm Sebastian Lungu. I mostly entrepreneur. I have a few big Instagram team pages. I'm from Romania, and I'm in the online money making digital space for like half a decade, almost half a decade now. And yeah, I started at around 15 years old,
How old are you
trying
now?
different. Right now I'm 20,
All right.
and I've tried different business models online. Some failed, some worked, and apparently Instagram team pages was were like the model for me.
Yeah. So what pages do you have now? You have upskills, what else?
Yeah, so right now I have three pages and growing. So I have one page, the biggest one, upskills.ro, with over 800,000 followers. I have another one, BizaSend, with over 400,000 followers. And right now, even though it's like I'm a co-founder of a page about beauty and stuff, Makeup X Look,
Cool. All right.
a
How's
new
that going?
project. Yeah, it's going pretty well. It's going pretty well.
Very interesting. So, um, you have like three pages now, which are doing pretty well. So, is that your main thing right now?
Yeah, I can say that that's the my main source of income right now, and like the my main focus.
Yeah. So, how did you start? Right? How did you get into it? You said you've been in the game for almost half a decade, but I know that you had your page for like what 3 years. So, you
Yeah.
probably tried a bunch of stuff. And how did you get into growing audiences and like theme pages?
So it's quite a funny story, because at the beginning, one of the models, business models online that I've tried, I didn't even think about Instagram team pages, didn't know what that is or whatever. I've tried with Amazon FBA. Like, my parents saw this thing online with Amazon that you can make money delivering products from suppliers from China, whatever. And I tried that. Long story short, eventually failed, made a bit of money, but like eventually failed. And one day I was scrolling through Instagram, and because I was passionate about entrepreneurship, um, I've been following Instagram team pages about business ideas and everything. And I've seen a post about how much money you can make with like 1,000 followers or like 10,000 followers. And I was like,
I've seen that
damn,
post.
that's a huge amount of money. And one thing it's like really incredible for me, everything happened in just a morning. So I woke up like almost everybody else. I um opened my phone, scrolled a bit through Instagram directly while I'm still in the bed, and I've seen that post, and I think it didn't take more than 30 minutes, and I already had a page with an awful name. Um, and already started I was looking on how to grow followers, but I don't know what was in my mind. I was looking for bots at the beginning. So yeah, not real followers. Didn't work, unfortunately. Like, were some strange programs, whatever. But I after that I started to post on my Instagram page. The upskills.row is that page. And at the beginning the name was Healthy Mindset Post. And because I was young and didn't know much English, since I'm from Romania, and yeah, uh, it was a misspell there, so a bit
Yeah,
cringy,
yeah, I
and that's
remember,
that's how I started.
but that's very cool. So you just saw a page and you're like, oh, I can do it. You know, doesn't seem too hard. And you're like a young, ambitious guy. You're like, I'll just create an Instagram account. And I think like everyone who just sees it from the side, like, oh, this page has like 1 million followers. Like they think it's too like at first you get excited and you think it's super easy. And then when you start, you kind of realize it's a bit harder than you thought. Well, I think everyone dabbles in like bots and stuff. You know, you just go on YouTube and you're like, how to gain 1,000 followers, and
Yeah,
there's like a guy, without his camera, just showing like, oh, just download this app, and do follow for follow or something. So I
exactly.
think everyone dabbles in it, because you're thinking just like in terms of followers as numbers. You're like, well, if I can get 1,000, then I can probably start making money. So you try to get to
Yeah.
1,000 as quick as possible. So very interesting. All right. And how did that go? So you started that page, you started posting,
Uh,
it was misspelled. What was next?
pretty awful period, because I was creating, like, I had some experience in Photoshop, was a passion of mine, and I was creating the post myself directly from my mind, and everything. And it was like, for 4 months, 5 months maybe, it was like a, a struggle. I can name it like differently, because I was looking in different, like, I was listening to different gurus with Instagram team pages. And you need to go with follow for follow, you need the right hashtags, you need X, you need Y. And was I just grew like super hard. And I guess I grew like, in the first 5 months, only 600 followers. And that's because I didn't have basically the right strategy and the right mindset, I guess.
And I
Like,
think there's a lesson there too in what you said. It's like you were listening to many different gurus. And what I noticed being in the online space, like in any topic, you'll find like 5 or 10 gurus which are like the best,
yeah,
and usually their advice contradicts each other. So, like, one guru who has 1 million followers can tell you, oh, you should use 5 hashtags. And another guru who has 1 million followers will tell you, don't use any hashtags, and another one will tell you, use 18 hashtags. And the reality is, you just kind of need to either stick to one advice or you need to kind of get into the game and start doing it yourself and testing it for yourself, because that's the only way you'll actually learn from your experience, right? So very interesting period. So 600 followers in 5 months, right?
yeah,
uh Not very good. And what's next? I remember you changed the name pretty early. So what's
yeah.
next?
So next, um I had my first attempts, to make money with that Instagram team page. Didn't exactly know how Instagram team pages were making money, but I've tried something like a drop service stuff. So
Mm.
I was outreaching to other Instagram team pages, a bit with more followers than me, and I was offering to sell them infographics and posts and stuff. and I was charging more than after they pay me. I would go to like Fiverr and pay someone to do like the infographics with the logo and stuff for like way cheaper. Made that, like, that was the way I made my first money, and was nothing crazy, like 10, 10, 20 bucks maybe.
Yeah.
But I was like super excited. I went to like my parents and told them like, whoa, look here, I made a lot of I made money online, and it's crazy, you know.
Yeah. No, that first
And
feeling of making money
after
is
that,
insane.
yeah, yeah, it really is, it really is. And after that, i I basically started offering like graphic design services uh, to like different people, um, logos. That was mostly it. Like I was designing logos, and then I met you,
Yeah, I
and
remember.
was
I remember I needed a logo. Yeah.
yeah, and was a pretty good deal there. So and since then I grew a lot, because you at that point you had like 120,000 followers, and I had only 700. And you basically, we made a partnership. You taught me like, you offered me like some lessons, coaching and stuff, and I offered to make posts for you. And
Yeah, and
that was,
I think we worked for like maybe 5 months, 6 months or so. You were like
yeah,
making posts for me, and then I was just telling you like what to upload, what to do, how to monetize, just like sharing what worked for me. I didn't know too much. I wasn't like networking too much at that time, but I was sharing with you like exactly what I've done and the steps I took to grow to that, 120,000 followers. And like by the end of those 5, 6 months, I probably had like half a million followers or something, and then you
yeah,
already had a page with like 100K and like already blowing up. So then we kind of stopped, but at that point we were both happy with the outcome, so it was easy. But yeah, then like after you met me, you really took off like crazy, right? By the way, guys, if you want to learn about everything we're talking here, go ahead, click the link, the first link in the description, and join Insta Income School. All right. We have a community, we have a course, and we have everything you need to get started with IG automation. And another thing is, I have linked my socials down below too. So make sure to follow me on Instagram.
yeah. And I think like, so far we have two very important lessons for like, for people that want to start an Instagram team page, or like want to make money online generally. First thing is, don't overthink, and just get right into it. Because if I would probably spend a week after I got the idea trying to research and everything, everything would have become so complicated and overwhelming that I probably wouldn't start. So don't overthink it. If you have an idea, just think very quick to it and jump and take action. And the second lesson is that you need to be consistent, and you need to like stick to it even though it's hard. Because for like, I can't explain, for those like 5 months when I barely grew like 600 followers, I was spending like 3 hours a day at least creating content. Then I was using some engagement groups and stuff, so I had to like go to 50 and 100, 50, 100 posts on Instagram, and like and comment to each page, and it was basically a very harsh process. And even after I met you, I had to spend like 3 months or something without seeing much results, because I had to be consistent, and I have to get that volume, those reps in, to actually build a skill and get good at what I'm doing. So I think those are the most important two lessons.
Yeah, I agree. And like it resonates with me because when I started Passionate Income, like I literally had a note in my notes app, like what to do today. And like I was kind of laying in bed after reading a book at night, and I'm like, tomorrow I'll read a book, start a new Instagram page, and something else. And then I kind of forgot about it. And then I saw the note again. I'm like, I'll do it the next Friday after school. And the next one. And it kind of took me like 2 or 3 weeks till I actually like started. And just imagine that, like, if I would have never put that in my notes and actually started, Passionate Income wouldn't exist in the first place. And then with the consistency thing, I remember I was like, you know what? I'll start this page, but if I'm doing this, I'm gonna do this correctly. So I started posting 3 times a day, and I told myself, all right, I'll give myself a month. Like I'll give 30 days, and if I don't grow to 1,000 followers, I'll just stop. That was kind of my idea when I started. And then first like 3.5 weeks, I was like at 800 followers, and then just one video took off like crazy. And like after a month, I was like at 20,000 followers. I was like, oh my God. Now I kind of have to stick with it. So I did it like quicker, but I was super consistent. And I'm still to this day incredibly consistent. It's been like almost 3.5 years. I've never missed an upload. Like not a single day that I missed an upload. So definitely consistency is the thing. And anything you do, you need to be consistent. So, all right. So you stayed consistent, and after kind of working with me, or yeah, you could say after our partnership, what number of followers were you at in like 3 months? You said it took you around 3 months.
So after we started working together, um, in those 3 months when I started uploading consistently 3 times a day, each day, um, I didn't grow much. I grew because you also did some promos for me. But
Oh yeah, I
after
remember.
that,
Yeah,
like in May or something, um, I grew in 1 month 50,000 followers, which was insane. And
yeah,
after that, I was just I just kept the momentum going, and I was posting, and I kept that, like, that flow until I had around 700,000 followers. So
yeah,
that grew like pretty insane, because in you the algorithm changed a bit since, but back then it would take a few weeks, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, until a video would go viral. Reels just appeared and on Instagram, and it was something new, but it would take like 1 or maybe 2 weeks until a video went viral. So
yeah. I agree.
I always try to, even if a post didn't work right away in like the first 1 2 days, I didn't archive it, didn't like remove it or something, because I knew, all right, this might get viral in the next month maybe. Like the first video that went viral for me was posted 1 month before it went viral.
Yeah,
So like that was the magic, at least for me. And I I think for those who are just starting, another very very important thing is just look at what worked for you in the past. So just get a lot of volume, post, and when you see, like, let's say you have 10 posts, all of them got like 100 views, and one of them got 500. Look at that 500, like that post that got 500, and try to break it down. Why
yeah,
was a better hook, was a better, like, was the music, what made people watch? Because and we've talked about this, we've talked about hashtags, um and what other Instagram gurus are saying. And at least in my experience, the most important thing is to act. It's not, are not hashtags, are not, it's not some crazy magic content schedule. It's nothing like that. It's not some secret method with like followed for follow or like anything like that. It's just your content. If you
Yeah.
post good content, if you post like super quality podcast, like super quality posts, and when I say super quality, I don't mean like um HD or like high resolution and stuff. No,
Yeah.
I mean valuable content for your audience. You will grow. So a test that I've done, my second page, Business Send, is like I started it in August 2023,
All right.
and in the first 4 months, I grew it like up to 300 and something thousand followers without any like
Which is
without any
insane.
hashtags. Yeah, without any hashtags, without like I post quite randomly. I like not really randomly, but not I don't really post at the same time each day, and without any crazy stuff. Just the video, the like the post I was uploading there were super good and super valuable for my target audience.
Yeah, exactly. No, I always say the same thing. Like, your logo doesn't matter, your bio doesn't matter, hashtags doesn't matter. As long as you post high quality, valuable content for the people consistently, you will grow. It's like,
Exactly.
it's just consistency and high quality content. And the only way to know what content is like high value is just to start posting and see what people are liking, what they don't. And you kind of train an eye for it later. Like, you see a video and you
Yeah.
know instantly, like, I should post this because this has huge potential to go viral. And that's kind of how you do it, right? It's nothing
Yeah,
complex.
but like you can do that if you want post a bunch of times before. If you
Yeah,
don't have like those 30, 40, 50 posts um that barely get any views, you
yeah,
won't understand that until you fail and do it again and again and again. A very good story is like the page right now that I'm a co-founder of is like was grew um by my girlfriend with my indications. So she wanted to start something online too. She wanted to like help me with my business and stuff. And I told her, okay, let's start this because I want to do some tests and see how else we can monetize an Instagram page. And do this is like the exact thing you should do. You should post 3 to 5 times a day. This is how you pick your content. This is what you need to do. And for like 3 months, 3 months and almost 300 posts, she only grew 300 followers, which was insane. Like honestly, I didn't believe that page would work.
yeah.
And like with 1 week before we thought about like closing it and stuff, she grew 60,000 followers in like 2 weeks or something. So super crazy. And right now she's like 200 and something.
Wow. So, yeah, I also noticed this. It's very exponential. It goes like slow, 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 and then it just blows up out of nowhere like crazy, and you never expect it. Like,
Yeah.
I coached a lot of people too. Like, recently, have you seen the page Fearless Income?
I think I've seen it, but
Yeah, I did a few collabs with him on like Passionate Income. He's a student of mine. I'm not kidding when I tell you, like, exactly 2 months ago, he had like 25,000 followers, and now he just hit 700,000 yesterday. So he grew
damn.
like almost 700,000 followers in 2 months, you know, and he's about to hit a million because he's not stopping. He's growing like 10, 20K a day. And the content is super simple. It just like very high quality. And all he did was, those like black background and like a quote in white
Yeah.
letters. He just takes those words, makes AI on 11 Labs say it, and makes a video out of it. So it's kind of like the same candy, but in a different paper. And people started following like crazy. And it works for him like insanely good. So it's always like that. It's always slow, 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 slow. And I remember very clearly, like 2 months ago, literally, I was talking to him and he was like, "Look, Arnas, I have like 20,000 followers, 25,000 followers, but I'm not making any money. Like, I've been doing this for like 2 months or 3 months. I don't know if this is worth it." And I'm like, "Look, man, just push through for the next month, stay consistent, and you'll see the result." And like in no time, he blew up like crazy. So Instagram is strange, but at the end of the day, it's worth being consistent and it's worth putting in the hours when you don't see the result. Because when the result comes, it will pay off like immediately and you'll be happier than ever. So, and how's it going with the makeup page? Are you launching like a drop shipping store?
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Tell me more
the
about it.
the main idea behind it, I I was looking on how to monetize my pages, because I wanted to. The thing I noticed in the industry is like Instagram team pages, at least in the motivational business niche, success niche, most of them are selling info products, you know.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like I don't really know, I don't really want to build an info product. How can I use this like amazing source of traffic to make money online? And I discovered with some research that you basically, like, there are unlimited ways to make money with Instagram pages. Because all right, you can sell a coaching program, you can do affiliate marketing, you can also like um, sell your services super easily with it. Because so I'll give you here two quick examples. So on upskills, I'm followed even by Grant Cardone.
Yeah. Same on passionate income. Yeah.
So if you like post stuff there and advertise your services there inevitably, if you have a big audience around a certain topic, a lot of people that might need your services will see you and actually DM you and ask you for them. And that happened to me, even though I didn't advertise my services or something. People just DM'd me and were like, hi, can you help me with this, and like
Yeah.
some more money in. Or like you can see a lot of Instagram team pages around, let's say, interior design, right? And
Yeah.
there you can basically, there are team pages around interior designs, and the owners of the page have a studio and they sell services with that Instagram team pages.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I thought, all right, how can I else monetize that? So I can sell info products, I can sell shout outs on the page. How else can I monetize it? And I thought, all right, let's get into a market, into a niche that it's like super easy to sell something. And I thought, all right, this could be a very good idea. Let's set up a Shopify store and stuff, and let's get a bunch of products and test them with the Instagram team page we've built.
Yeah.
And it's working pretty well. I still need a few. I'm new to the ecom game, and I still
Yeah.
need a bit of understand. I need more skills, more knowledge there to optimize everything. But it's working pretty well. So
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. Funny thing, like when I started Passionate Income, I almost started a makeup brand instead of it, because I thought like I had some experience building dropshipping stores and Shopify stores, and I knew how dropshipping worked. So I thought I can just grow the page and use the traffic to sell like ecom, like stuff, makeup stuff. But the problem was I wasn't passionate about it at all. Like I didn't know anything about makeup. So I was like, what am I going to post? And I was like, this is probably gonna suck after like 2 months because I don't understand anything. So you did something smarter. You just taught your girlfriend how to run a page, and
Yeah,
she is probably passionate about makeup, right?
she's like the perfect avatar for like
Yeah,
the like the niche and for the store and for the products. So when we pick the products for the e-com store, I was just researching and sent them to her, and she was like, I would buy this right now.
yeah,
And I knew it's like a good product if she said that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So you're a power couple now.
Yeah, we are.
That's nice.
Another thing that I think most people for would help a lot of people that want to start, go with stuff that you are passionate about. I think that's a very common advice in the space. Go with go in a niche that you are passionate about or that you want to learn more about. So a very um, powerful thing or like criteria when I create my content for my pages is basically, do I enjoy the content?
Yeah,
It really really helps if you ask yourself that, do I enjoy the content? So when I basically created a system that works really really well. So on my all my Instagram accounts or my TikTok accounts, all of them are themed around like um all the for you pages are the same with the same type of content. And I just look there like any other person, when because most people spend a lot of time on Instagram and TikTok.
by the way, guys, if you want to learn about everything we're talking here, go ahead, click the link, the first link in the description, and join Insta Income School. All right. We have a community, we have a course, and we have everything you need to get started with IG automation. And another thing is, I have linked my socials down below too. So make sure to follow me on Instagram.
When you scroll there, you probably will see a lot of content, very good content that you enjoy, and that might be a sign that it's good content that you maybe can repurpose and post on your Instagram team page. So that's a
Yeah.
pretty powerful criteria for me when I basically choose what I want to post. It's something that provides me value. It's something that I'm interested about, that made me interested, provided me with value. And if you apply that, again, it's you have way higher chances to like succeed and find golden content.
Yeah, I agree. Like one of the best advices for like starting an Instagram account is just look at what you're consuming already. Like if you're already consuming business content and you're following business pages and business people, just start like a business page, right? But if you're following just makeup brands and like makeup influencers, start a makeup brand. Just like you're already consuming that content, so you know what works because you're a consumer, like you're on the other end of the content, so you know
Yeah,
exactly what you like and what you don't. Like if I would have to start a makeup brand now, I wouldn't know anything about it, like I would know zero, like what content works, what doesn't. So there would be like a steep learning curve.
yeah,
But
it would be like much harder, because you also need to how Hormozy said, pay your ignorance debt, because you don't understand what actually is valuable for the people watching that content. So you would
yeah,
have to understand that too, besides having to like figure out how to grow
yeah,
a page.
exactly. No, I like it. You've been in the game for like more than 3 years now, and you're still learning, and you're still trying many different things. A lot of people become like stubborn and they find one way which works and they obviously just stick to it, which works for them, but then they stop learning. So I'm glad to hear that, you're starting new pages, you're testing different stuff, you're always adapting, because this way, like, you'll always be making money with Instagram pages, you know? Like it will
Yeah.
never stop. You'll always know what works in terms of content and what works in terms of monetization. So that's super cool. So we're talking about money now. Do you remember when you made your first money from like actually having an audience, not like reaching out to people and helping them with logos or services, but like actual money from the audience?
I I'm actually I'm not sure how that did happen. Or what I know is that I made like the money from like brand shoutouts.
Yeah.
I can't exactly remember like what happened there. Probably someone reached out to me and was like, "Do you do paid promos?" And I was like, "Heck yeah, pay me."
Yeah.
But other I don't remember like the who bought the shoutouts or
Yeah.
like
But you
not
basically sold
not
like a shout out on your page and you
yeah
probably made like $50 or something. That's how usually people start, right? All
yeah.
right. And looking at it now, like you have 3 pages. If you don't mind sharing, like how are you monetizing and how much money does it bring you, like monthly or annually or whatever you're comfortable sharing with?
All right, so um on upskills right now I'm monetizing with shoutouts and some affiliate marketing.
All right.
On business end, I'm only doing with shoutouts right now. uh on the beauty like makeup x look page, I'm monetizing with like ecom and a few shoutouts here and there. And regarding the income, I don't really like to talk in numbers, but let's say I live good. It's
Okay.
fine. It's fine.
All right. Well, viewers will be able to kind of look at your page and make a guess, you know?
Yeah,
Uh
yeah. You can take a guess.
yeah. Which is pretty cool, but this is your basically full-time business, right? Like you don't have a job, you do this full
No,
time.
nothing on the side. Nothing on the side.
Yeah,
So that's mostly it. And I live a pretty fun life.
that's very cool. Yeah, I see sometimes you go like travel around your country and stuff and you live in nice places, so yeah, that's very cool. That's you basically have freedom, right?
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest motivators for entrepreneurs in general, for like business, for people that get into business, is that they don't feel like working for someone else, and they don't really like a schedule made by someone else. They don't like to be told what to do and when to do it, and they just want to be like they are like super autonomous people.
Yeah, like I realized that a lot of people actually start become entrepreneurs and start businesses not because they love money so much, but because they hate control. All right.
Yeah.
So listen to this. Like I was, so I live in Dubai. Like right now, I'm not in Dubai, but like I live in Dubai and I follow a few guys from Dubai. And one guy uploaded a story which was just like black background and just some text. And he said, in Dubai, I met more people that hate paying taxes than love making money. Meaning, the motivator of, starting these pages and making money online is usually not the money itself. Like, money is a good motivator, but at some point, usually those people don't need to make that much money. For some people, it could be 10K, 20K, 50K, but then they kind of stop. They don't want to build a huge company, or they don't want to have like 100 employees, 100 salespeople, build complex structures, bring in consultants. Like, they don't want any of that stuff. They just want freedom, like have maybe a few freelancers working for them overseas, paying them like a management fee or content creation fee, and just making like 10, 20K a month. and no one can tell them anything. Then they relocate to like Dubai. They pay minimum taxes, possible. And it's usually about the control, which is funny, but it's a great feeling you know, not being controlled or feel like you're being controlled by governments or your employer or anyone else. You're just like, you wake up and you feel good because you feel like you're controlling your life. Would you agree on that?
Yeah, totally. I mean, these days even I've talked with a friend of mine, and I think that's like this type of freedom is something that everyone would want. But here, like for people that don't ever try to achieve it, I think that's because most of it's basically about their limiting beliefs and like the social structure we live in, because most people don't want, like, are quite afraid of failure and what others will say. And I was thinking about that. So just think, for a normal person, what would they say when you tell them, all right, open your Instagram, stop watching content, create a team page, post content on there and make money? They'll say like, no.
Yeah.
Why not? And I had this, like, exactly this kind of people in my life, where I was like, I will teach you exactly what to do. It won't take more than 2 hours a day, and you will make more money than you do at your job. Why not? And they were like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Because most people don't are like quite afraid of failing, trying something new, embarrassing themselves, and uh, others might just not believe it's possible. So they only believe because society taught them that you can only make money with a job, you can only make money by working a 9 to 5 and working your ass off in a
Yeah.
for
I
someone
realized
else.
there's like a small group of people also who just love their life, and they don't mind working a 9 to 5. They like the way they live. And it's like, they're like, why would I risk, why would I take the risk if I'm already kind of happy? But yeah, most of people, they usually don't like the place where they work and they want to change, but they're too scared to do it. They're too scared of what others will say. I saw a video
Yeah.
from Floyd Mayweather, and he was like, and there's another boxer. I forgot his name, but basically his mentee, like his younger self, and he's telling him, "Look, you do bad, like they'll hate on you. You're doing good, they'll hate on you. They'll talk about you. So just like do whatever you want because they'll speak about you and talk about you and hate on you, whatever you do. Like even if you work a job, some people will hate on you. Even if you start a business, people will hate on you. Whatever you do, there will always be people who disagree with you. So yeah, definitely. And, I think Instagram theme pages or IG automation or whatever you want to call it is really like an opportunity which is untouched in the market. Like no one really speaks about it. I kind of started speaking about it more recently, but not many people actually speak about it. Why do you think is that?
I think that might happen because the people that there are only a few big people that, like, have coaching programs for this, um and because they mostly they don't, like, I think there are very few people that monetize their pages with info products. Because usually if you like just make money, you don't really need people to know about your business if you don't want, like, to sell them, like, the if you don't want to teach them how
Yeah.
to grow an Instagram page. So I have like a few friends that like have like insanely big meme pages, and they don't really advertise the money they make with that. It's just another business model that didn't go that mainstream, because
Yeah.
there are no super big influencers, like super big influencers with like tons of them creating content about how much money you can make. So it's a very very potent opportunity. But like it's not like the agency space where you have Iman and you have uh Joel and you have Matt Shields and you have X and Y person talking and making constant videos and VSLs and pitching the business model. Now
Yeah.
that you have like drop shipping and stuff. So I think with the time it will like go mainstream. And I think it's basically the same like YouTube automation, you know, and
Yeah.
I think that's a bit more popular than Instagram team pages. But with the time it will get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So, and the thing is, that's why it's like a super good time to start now. Because when you have more and more and more people doing the same things you do, it will be harder. You will have to be different. You will have to like get find new stuff, improve all the time and get better. Right now the game, I think it's on easy mode, because you can like,
Yeah.
and it's still harder than it was 3 years ago when we started. So
Yeah, and
that's basically the game.
followers are more valuable now because it's like it's harder to grow a following. So for example, a million followers like 3 years ago wasn't that much, but now a million followers is like much harder to grow from zero, so it's more valuable. So like if you start now, in 5 years your audience will be way more valuable than it is today, you know? Uh,
Exactly.
so yeah, you're right. Now is the perfect time. So let's talk a bit about like your daily life, you know? So we talked all about team pages, and I've heard you said you work 2 hours a day on your page. So like what does Sebastian's day look like? Do you work a lot? Do you work on side projects? And if you don't, what do you do on your free time if you actually work 2 hours a day?
Honestly, honestly, I really enjoy working, and I don't really give myself a lot of free time.
Mm,
And I basically give myself 3 days sometimes when I like just want to relax a bit and say, okay, let's go there, let's visit this, let's do that, or whatever. But mostly right now I work a bit more on like the whole Instagram space, because I want to test new things and like build new skills. Because
yeah,
I think that's where the very 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 big money are made, by learning new skills. So usually how my day it's going, I wake up around 6 or 7. Sometimes I go crazy and I wake up at 5. uh Start creating content for like 2 3 hours, and after that, um recently I brought more people into my team, and I don't have to worry about scheduling or stuff like that. And after that I look at basically the charts of especially for like the new drop shipping ecom stuff. I look at the charts, and I am like, all right, what ads can we make better, what can we how can we increase the conversion rate, or like I'm talking with the team, all right, how can we post more content, how can we make the content better, um how can we scale this entire operation into a like full full business mode. Like I'm trying to right now I'm trying to build more and more pages, because the main thing about the way I'm monetizing right now is how you can scale it, how can you make more money. So you can make more money in basically 2 ways. three ways. Find a better monetization vehicle, or if you just want the lazy mode with shoutouts, you need to post more content. Why? Because if you post only advertising on your accounts, no one, you will slowly lose followers, you won't go viral, you won't have content. So I try to keep a 3-to-1 ratio to that. So if I want to post 90 promos per month, so more money, I need to post 9 more posts a day, so 12 posts a day. If I want to make even more, I need to go with more pages. How can I manage a team around that? So it's basically a management stuff, and a few time to test and actually learn stuff. You know,
Yeah.
my
Nice.
day is mostly split in two. Morning until like 12, it's just what moves the needle for the needle further, uh, managing content, deal negotiations, whatever. After that is basically, okay, how can I improve myself? And after that is, I want to basically consume new information. So courses, books, whatever, podcasts, gym. And recently I started some kickbox classes. Like
Nice.
I'm going to kickbox classes because I think it's an important part
Yeah.
in life.
Did
So
did I
that,
inspire you at all with the videos on Instagram and stuff?
yeah, you did. And also a guy in my to my, when I went to groceries, like a guy bumped into me, and I was like, what's your problem or something, and had a little bit of conflict there. And
By the way, guys, if you want to learn about everything we're talking here, go ahead, click the link, the first link in the description, and join Insta Income School. All right. We have a community, we have a course, and we have everything you need to get started with IG automation. And another thing is, I have linked my socials down below too. So make sure to follow me on Instagram.
I after that I was thinking, you know what, I think would be better to go to like kickbox and train myself to be like harder, stronger, bigger. Right now I'm like 192 centimeters,
Yeah.
and going to the gym and learning how to fight, I want to become a beast or something.
Yeah. No, yeah, pretty similar height. I think I'm 191, and I'm at like 100 kg. It goes from like 96 to 100. Um, but over the past few years, well, I've been doing martial arts for like what, 12, 13 years now. But over the past 2 years, I took it more seriously. So the confidence you feel just walking, like you said, like you bump into someone in the store and there's a conflict, like you don't need to, punch that person, not
Yeah,
at all.
obviously.
But if you start going to like kickboxing and the gym and you develop yourself more, you'll just feel more confident, where it's like you bump into someone and you won't even need to start an argument. You'll be like, sorry, like, sorry, didn't want to do that, because you know inside that you're so confident in yourself that whatever happens, you can always protect yourself. So I'm glad to hear that you're going to the classes. How long
Yeah.
has it been?
A month now, almost.
Nice.
I'm going like for two times a week, because I don't have that much time, and I have a pretty I go to the gym at least 4 times a week, and I try not to combine both, because it's like very very exhausting to have like 1 hour kickbox, and I usually spend at the gym almost 1.5 2 hours. So it's like a bunch
Yeah,
of time.
true. You don't want the gym to consume you, right? Awesome. Well, just a few more things. So you were talking about the team, right? How
Yeah.
many members of in the team do you have now?
Right now I have 4 people. So
Okay.
I have a person that manages like uploading content, uploading the promos, and basically takes care of the scheduling part of the pages. I have a content creator that helps me and that I'm trying to teach right now
So they
around.
can find the posts, right? Like
Yeah,
they can do the research and stuff.
yeah, they can basically, I want to replace myself. That's a little bit harder, I think. For now, a big challenge is that to replace myself from the pages, because I'm at the third content creator right now when it comes to like posts, and they don't really match my performance, and it's really really hard to teach them how to do it. And
Yeah.
also, if I teach them how to do it, they won't do it only for myself. And if I teach them everything I know, they will create competition for myself, and it's a bit harder there. But
I've
another.
managed I managed to build a team like that, but it took me like a year till I nailed it down. So now I have like 3 team members for passionate income alone. Uh, one person who schedules stuff, and 2 people like in the content area. It was very hard at first, but I can tell you it's all worth it because now I haven't been uploading on passionate income for like 4 months or so. Like it's the best feeling ever. I just make sure like everything's well, but
Yeah,
you feel so much more freedom because obviously when you, let's say, you said sometimes you can even post 12 times a day. When you do that, like it's super time consuming if you do it alone, but when you have a team, it's like next level. So best of luck with building that out. So you said one person scheduling everything, one person with the content, and what about 2 others?
can you repeat that?
Yeah. So you said you have one person with the scheduling, you have one person for the content, and what about the other ones?
All right, and then I have two that right now are working on on the like scaling the ecom brand.
Mm, okay.
So on the post we are doing on like the beauty stuff is different from the content I post on like the main two pages, and it's much easier to find creators for that, or like to find people to do the work. And I have another two that grow right now, 4 more pages in the same industry, in the same niche, to basically get even more traffic to the ecom brand.
Okay. Makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense. Well, awesome. This was really, really inspiring. And thanks for sharing everything. So, one last question for the viewers. What do you think
sure.
is the biggest opportunity, like in the theme page world? And what would be your advice for someone starting today?
uh well, that's a pretty interesting question. I think the whole space is a very, very good opportunity. So I I mentioned in this like in this podcast a bunch of ways that you can monetize. All of them work. All of them are like super profitable. All of them are insanely good. You just need to pick one of them, and pick one of them based on your skills level and how much work or risk you want to put in. I guess that's the best answer I can give you. So that's how I feel. You can use Instagram team pages and get millions and millions and millions of views that other advertisers pay Facebook or TikTok or YouTube or Google millions of dollars, and you get those eyes for free. You just need to find a way to monetize it. Pick one of them that I told you in this podcast, stick to it, find a niche, find what's working. So here's the game plan. All right. Step one: see like some big Instagram, like write on a sheet of paper a few topics that you are interested about. Step two, find some very big like some very big pages around that topic. So if you like probably let's say keto dieting, right? If you are a fan of keto, you could probably find keto pages, very very big keto pages, all right? Find out, do some research, 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so. What are they posting? What type of post do they post? How many times they post a day? Get all this information, do a bit of your research for like 3 4 5 pages, make a quick game plan. I will post 3 times a day or X times a day. I will post, the post will be reels, slideshows, carousels, one slide photos or whatever. I will monetize with uh affiliate marketing to a guy that makes, or like a software that makes you a keto custom diet,
Yeah,
or like I will sell products associated with keto or whatever. So that's the plan, and after that you stick to that, see what's working, what's not, improve, and that's it. That's how you make it work. That's how you become successful, and not only in Instagram team pages, but mostly in like every single business model that you want to use. Instagram team pages are in it of itself a very very good opportunity. I think it's way better than ecom or dropshipping alone, or YouTube automation or agency or freelancing or whatever. I think it's insane what you can achieve with like you can grow a very big page with 1 hour a day, 1 hour, only 1 hour.
I agree. Yeah. No, that's great. I agree with everything you said here. That was perfect advice. So, yeah, thanks for coming on and appreciate the pod.
Thanks for having me.